Hello everyone, how you doing? It's Eric here, and today I have managed to myself away from Mario Maker 2 to slap my face in front of the camera and bring to you 23 of the hottest tips and tricks for Super Mario Maker 2. I should mention before we get ourselves too deep into this that these are all about the creator mode, and they're tips and tricks that are hopefully going to not tell you how to create something, but more stuff that you might have missed in the creator. Now, I'm not going to waffle my way through any more of these made up words. We're going to jump straight into the first 23 and the last 23 because there's only 23. First up here, if you hold the minus button while you're in the creator mode, you would jump straight to the start of the level to test it instead of going wherever Mario is at the time. Are you sick and tired of grabbing a new item out only to lose one of the ones that you have already on your item bar? Well, you can pin one to the top. Simply tap and hold and it will pin the item. And here's a free spicy hot tip for you. If you pin the entire top row, then the search icon will become a constant extra item. That's right, if you enjoy the sounds of Mario Maker as well, they can be pinned to that top bar. Have you ever thought about giving the player a mushroom if they're a small Mario and then an actual power-up if they're already Super Mario? Well, it turns out you can do that by simply tapping and holding on an item and then selecting the mushroom icon. The previous Mario games and Mario Maker 1, for that fact of a matter, allowed you to run through a checkpoint and become powered up. Turns out this functionality wasn't just removed from Mario Maker 2, it was just given more flexibility. So here, you can now drag an item onto the checkpoint flag, equipping that power-up. And you remember those selective power-ups that choose between small and big Mario? Well, they have that same functionality. I love getting down to some Mario Sunshine. Where'd the music go? You ever wanted that music just to play through the entire level, like right from the start, without having to place music everywhere? Well, it turns out you can. All you gotta do is drag and drop it onto Mario, and then the entire level, the music will just play. And if you are in the mood for that extra bit of zest in that level of yours, well, you can actually equip other sound effects to Mario for strange effects. What I mean by that is they only activate under certain conditions. Some might be if you fall off the cliff, some might be if you just grab a power-up, and you'll just have to experiment around with these. Did you start Mario Maker 2 and just wonder, where's all the clear conditions? Because I sure did. The good news is that they're there, they're just not shown until you start placing items or enemies. You gotta come in nice and close for this one because I've got a secret. You see, when you play story mode, there's actually a couple of unlockables that you can get. However, I'm not gonna spoil them. Adjusting that time on your level probably isn't something you're going to do much, but if you do happen to change that time, you can hold the up or the down and it will jump very quickly between the up and down, lower and higher values. And if you were to tap it, it'll jump between just 10 at a time. Do you have a child that plays this game? Or perhaps you're just afraid of what the internet thinks of your levels? Turns out you can turn the comments off. While we're talking about settings, let's talk about this game called Mario Maker, where you don't actually have to play as Mario. You can actually play as Toad, Luigi, or that other Toad. Is it Toad? No, it's Peach. Is it Peach or is it Toad? No, Peach is gone. What? This next one is a game changer. If you're using the touchscreen and just want to get in nice and close, you can actually use your two fingers to pinch and zoom in and out like you would on a phone. There's only 3 zoom settings to kind of change between, but hey, you can do it. Actually, talking about touching, make sure to touch that subscribe button and also use the 2 fingers at once to scroll the screen across back and forth, which is a incredibly fast way to do it. This doesn't really feel like it should be necessary to say, but hey, this is the world that we live in where we have to mention that you can actually use the Pro Controller in handheld mode. Also worth noting is that I think the Pro Controller is actually incredibly good for making levels with. I didn't expect it because I've heard some people just throw it onto the fire and watch it burn, but personally, I don't mind it. So, it's a tick for me and a cross for some people, and you're going to have to make up your own mind. If you're getting deep into building and getting a bit cluttered by 50% of your screen being taken up by real estate that's not free, it's free real estate, then you can actually close that HUD by pressing the X button. It can be frustrating because you constantly need to open it back up to change items or anything else, but hey, it gives you a bit of extra working room. If you're using items, make sure to hold on them to get the most out of them. Like, I completely forgot that the tracks could actually change between like an on-off switch track, so you could decide whether it goes up or down. And there's a ton that they added, so just make sure you keep an eye out, or press on, or yeah. This one's a bit more particular, but if you ever create a dark level, you can actually use the on-off switch to affect lighting. Having the switch on will make everything glow a little bit brighter, while having it off will dim the lights. Did somebody mention mood again? There are two birds in this world that are going to offer you some really, really good advice. One of them is your mother, and the other one is Yamamura. And the little bird does give you some really good advice, but what I want to use as a kind of bonus tip here is that go to the bird if you ever get stuck. That sounds so dumb. Go to the bird if you ever get stuck on just making a level in the first place, because it just offers some cool advice that might try to trigger your brain to go, oh, that's a good idea. And I need more of them in my life. And while you're in there, if you're new to the game, make sure to check out Mario's moves, because there might be some things that you didn't know that you could do that's going to help you get out of some prickly, stickly, trolly situations. And my very last one here I have for you, up and coming builders out there, is just enjoy yourself, honestly. Don't take too much pressure and I can't make this level or I should do this properly. Just make something, have fun with it and run with it, and you're going to get better as you go. Just don't give your levels to me if they're troll levels. Or do. If you would like to see more Mario Maker from a guy with more energy than sense, then make sure to check out my Twitch stream that I do every now and then. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. And if you would like to see more like this, hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And remember, for great Nintendo entertainment, you can count on me.